happens. Now, I want you to think of this for a moment. When you impress an idea upon your subconscious mind, that alters the vibration of this instrument we call our body. See, our body is a molecular structure. Really what it is. It's a massive energy in a very high speed of vibration. Now, we invented a word to describe our conscious awareness of vibration, and that word is feeling. If you ask a person, how are you today? They'll say, well, I'm feeling fine. I don't feel that good. I feel great. You never hear a person say, I'm consciously aware of being emotionally involved with a negative idea, so therefore I've moved into a negative vibration. But that's exactly what happens. So you see, as we start to understand this, and we become aware that we're not feeling too good, we can change it. Now, it takes a little training, but you can do it. We are really in charge of how we feel. Now, we let other people upset us, but we don't have to let other people upset us. We don't need to react to them. We can respond. We can listen to what they're saying, and they say, well, you're entitled to your opinion, but that's just not what I'm like. And we can hold our own idea of ourselves. You see, it's important that we grasp how the mind works and that we understand the relationship of the body to the mind and the mind to the body. Now, it's our results that we want to change. Now, our results could be in our physical body. It may want to cast off a few pounds. You may want to put on a couple of pounds. You may want to have a little higher energy. See, all the energy there ever was or ever will be is 100% evenly present in all places at the same time. Everything's energy. You'll hear people say, where does he get all the energy? Where does she get all the... Nobody gets energy. Everybody releases energy. Desire is the triggering mechanism that lets the energy flow. Now, let's go back and have a quick review. Here you've got the little stick person here. There you've got the conscious mind. And remember, you have the sensory factors hooked up to the conscious mind. And then you have the subconscious mind, and then you have the body. Now, the conscious mind has the ability to choose thoughts. Those thoughts turn into pictures. We turn the pictures over to the subconscious mind, and then the subconscious mind expresses the action, all right? Now, what is the problem? Remember, we said the subconscious mind had no ability to reject. We said the subconscious mind cannot differentiate between what's real and what's imagined. How did we arrive on the scene? I'll tell you. When you arrived on the scene, you did not have any conscious faculties developed. The sensory factors weren't even developed. This is how you arrived. That's called the little light. That's the baby. No conscious mind. So there's the subconscious mind. It's wide open. You can put anything in it. You see, your subconscious mind is programmed genetically. That's why we look like our relatives. It's built right into the genes at birth. But then we're programmed environmentally. Carl Menninger from the Menninger Foundation in Topeka one time said, environment is more important than heredity. Why do you think you speak the language you speak? You speak that language because you were surrounded by people that speak that language in your little life. And the language just went right into the subconscious mind. If you grew up in a home that was bilingual, you learned both languages. I had an associate over in Kuala Lumpur, had a little boy, he spoke 4 languages at 4 years of age. And you'd look at that and you'd say, my gosh. No. The baby was programmed. Why do you like the food you like? It's programming. That's right. Now, let's stop and think about the environment we were raised in. Here's the baby, and look at the ideas and the thoughts and the concepts that are going on around that baby are going right into that baby's subconscious mind. Now, through repetition, over and over and over again, and remember, the baby's getting it all day, all week, every week, all month, every month, all year, and this goes on for 4 or 5 years. And the baby reaches the age of 4 or 5 where they can start to think that baby's programmed. That baby is programmed to think like the people it had been surrounded by. If the people that surrounded that baby had gone right through school, the baby will probably grow up and go right through school. If the people that were surrounding that baby always lived in hard times, never had any money, always in debt, that's probably how that baby's going to grow up. Well, this is bizarre, but this is how it happens. It's how it happens for me. I was raised during a depression. We didn't have any money. There was always talk about no money. You should be satisfied with what you've got. Well, that's not true. You should never be satisfied with what you've got. You should be happy with what you've got. Dissatisfaction is actually a creative state. So here we have now a baby that has been programmed. Now, let's take and think for a moment. What happens when that baby starts to think for itself? Now think of this. The paradigm controls the vibration controls the action which produces the result. Now here we go. Here you got the baby with the paradigm, and the conscious faculties have developed. They have the ability to think. There's a power flowing into them. What are they going to think? They're going to think thoughts that are in harmony with that paradigm. That's right. We've been raised to believe you go to work to earn money. Do you know that working is the very worst way to earn money? That's right. You should go to work for satisfaction, not for money. You provide service for money. You can earn money while you're sleeping. In fact, we have programs where we teach people to actually earn more money while they're sleeping than they'll ever need to use while they're awake. You say, well, that's a pipe dream. No. That's a paradigm that causes you to think that's a pipe dream. There's people doing that are nowhere near as bright as you. But here we are now. We've got the person. They've been programmed in their little life genetically and environmentally. That paradigm is nothing but a multitude of habits. A habit is an idea that's been programmed into the subconscious mind over and over and over again. Now, the paradigm is literally controlling the behavior. Consciously, you can think of one thing, but subconsciously, the other idea will be controlling you. See, we can sit down and we can read these self-help books, we can listen to the recordings, we say, yeah, well, I can do that. That makes sense. That's logical. But then we can't do it. Why? Now, think of this for a moment. I want you to imagine that you're going to accept an idea right now to turn your annual income to a monthly income. You say, well, I'd like that, but will you do it? Probably not. Your paradigm will stop you. See, your paradigm literally controls the results. Now, let's think of how the paradigm was formed. The paradigm was formed through repetition. The idea is being planted in your subconscious mind. Now, understand your paradigm dictates your logic. Your paradigm controls how you utilize your time. Your paradigm controls your perception of situations. Your paradigm controls your effectiveness. Your paradigm controls the amount of money you earn. If you want to change your life, you must change your paradigm. You see, to most people, it's illogical that they could take and turn their annual income to a monthly income. But if you follow our teachings, we'll show you exactly how to do that. We'll show you how to accomplish anything you want to accomplish, because what we're focused on is showing you how to change the paradigm. When the paradigms change, your life changes. It's a beautiful concept. It's an absolutely phenomenal concept. Now you know why you're getting the results you're getting. It has nothing to do with your intellect. Your intellect, you can figure out how to do things. That doesn't mean you're going to do them. You'll hear people say, I believe that, but their behavior would indicate they've never even heard of it. Why? We believe something on a conscious level. On a subconscious level, the paradigm believes something else. There's a word called praxis. Praxis is the integration of belief with behavior. We've got to take the beliefs that we have consciously, that we determine by thinking, and plant them in the place of the old belief. See, I used to believe that I couldn't do anything better than I was doing. I felt fortunate that I was on the fire department.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? We back again. We're back again. We're back again. And I want to go ahead and just dive right into it. If this is your first time being here with us, congrats for coming across the stream. Congrats for actually getting in. Because honestly, this might not be here for too much longer. We never know. Anything can happen. But I'm glad you're here today for the simple fact that you are about to get some free game. You're about to be one of the ones that go ahead and take things to the next level. I want you to come on here with the intention to learn. That's what I played that video for a reason, because if you have the intention and you're programming your subconscious to say, hey, I am making money. I am understanding crypto, and you say it in a present tense, it will happen. So what I want to do is show you guys this here. We got the stream up. Hey, everybody that's on the regular website. But if you have never seen this website, if you're on YouTube, come over to this website. It's in the link in the bio. There's a couple links. Come here, register. You're about to see an automated scanner that does everything for you. All you have to do is put in a trade. And you're probably like, well, what do I put a trade into? We'll go across that later. No knowledge needed. You don't need to know what it is you're doing. All you know is that it's a crypto scanner. It's a party that you don't have to get on Zoom for. You can just come right in and learn right here today. And then also, just give you guys some knowledge. This top app, iOS app, there is no longer MT4 on iPhones or iPads. You will have to come over to your computer and download MetaTrader 4, MT4 download computer. You just type that in. You come right over here, MetaTrader4.com, download MetaTrader 4 for PC. There's no more iPhone or iPad apps. There's something going on with, I think it's a Russian ban. I think the US is banning Russian-made apps. So there's no MT4 on our phones or iPads. If you already have it, you should be good, but let's go ahead and start learning how to use it on the computer as well, just in case they wind up getting rid of the app. So now, if you have Android, you're good. So when you do this, you come in here, you're gonna come in and see Live Crypto Party. You'll be able to watch the replay right here. You'll be able to go ahead and get the zones plugged in, be able to go ahead and have complete access for free. Now, if you don't know how to enter trades on the MT4, step one, I need you to go over. You can pause this video, and then you can come over. Matter of fact, let me pause it. It's muted, but you can pause it and then come learn how to enter trades on the MT4. When you come learn how to enter, now you know the platform. You have to master the platform in order to go ahead and master your profits, to master what you're doing on the platform. Understand the platform, and then you can use the platform to its best ability. I just want to go ahead and let you know, this is a free session once a week. Just in case you don't know, there's 3, 4, 5, 6 sessions a week going over crypto, telling you the next move. I've dropped news inside the chat. If you're not inside the chat, I want you to get inside the Telegram. But I drop news in there all the time, but it's coming from people that I've learned from over the years, people that I've seen do it time and time again, because I have access to an education platform that's teaching me day by day. It's exclusive. It's not just information that's all willy-nilly out on the internet. It's exclusive from people who have been in the space for about 5, 10 years when it comes to crypto. So they've seen Bitcoin at 3,000. They've seen Bitcoin at $300. They've seen it. And now today we had a big move in the market and we knew it was coming. So next time, step 3, invite others. I'll come back at the end and reiterate that, but invite others, because at the end of the day, knowledge is key. Applied knowledge is key. And this is free. Let people come in and learn this stuff for free, because it's going to be something that changes the game in the next 12 to 18 months. And the group I'm telling you about, if you click free group, it takes you to this Telegram here. It takes you over to this Telegram right here, and you can see I'm letting you guys know what's going on. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says there's a real need to regulate cryptocurrency. That's why there was a big drop today. We have to understand where we are in the market. We have to understand. My coach, I used to play basketball. I don't know if any of you knew that, but by me playing basketball, my coach used to always tell me, always know where you are on the court so you can go ahead and score. Same thing with the market. Always know where you are in the market so you can go ahead and capitalize on the next move. And you, as you can see, this morning we were up 1,200 pips on the buy side. Last week we were up almost 1,000 pips on the sell side. 800 pips on the sell side with Bitcoin, or earlier last week. And then if you go up some more, 1,000 pips, 400 pips. We were able to capitalize on over 2,000 pips last week alone. Last week alone, we were able to capitalize on over 2,000 pips. And just, I want you to see everything. There's news in here that's going to help you day in and day out. So guys, I want you to understand that you're a part of something great. You are part of something that's going to keep growing and keep learning. And honestly, I want to go ahead and show you how to capitalize on what we call the swipe coin scalper. So I'm about to share my screen, and I'm gonna go ahead and start playing the video so you can go ahead and get the zones and see how to actually utilize this scalper, because at the end of the day, if you know how to use it, you can go fish for yourself. You won't have to come here every week and get it handed to you. You can then come in and do it yourself. So I'll see you guys at the end of the call. let's go capitalize on these trades. Let's go ahead and take things to the next level.
Blow up your chats. Let them know.
Part of a brilliant future. Ready to turn it on? Here's your power source. It's called the digital currency market. That's right, cryptocurrency. A truly global form of payment that people everywhere are starting to use for everyday purchases. You've heard of Bitcoin. This currency happens to be the highest performing asset class of the decade. Trading in a market that's open 24/7, 365 worldwide. It's one of the fastest growing, most disruptive industries on the planet. Here's how you plug into that power source. It's called DCX, home of master educators and expert mentors, where you'll find the strategies needed to master the markets and learn how to take profit. We've put the digital currency market at your fingertips. With DCX, you'll have full access to real-time market ideas, educational videos, live session with mentors, and powerful strategies from industry masters. You can learn from the best at your own pace. Want new market ideas sent straight to your phone? Done. Want automated algorithms scanning the market for potential setups? We've got you covered. These strategies can help you never miss an opportunity to grow your account. So which engine are you going to power up first? DCX Harmonics is an exclusive dive into the secrets of harmonic patterns in the digital currency market. Our expert strategies will help you identify potential reversals in the market, giving you powerful insight and analysis for opportunities to earn. DCX Whitecoin gives you the best of both worlds, with swing market ideas from our master educators and automated scalping strategies that teach you to identify potential breakouts in the market in lower time frames. Now imagine all that in real-time updates through direct chats with expert DCX master educators. You could even fire up one of the brand new crypto games in Swipecoin. Want more? DCX is switching on exclusive access to the new DCX Go Live educator, Jason Brown, a Chairman 750 of the IM Master Academy. He's here to teach the awesome power of crypto like no one else can. What are you waiting for? This could be your future. Grab it. With DCX, the power to learn and earn cryptocurrency can be in your hands. The
Yes, sir.
possibilities are limited only to your imagination.
Woo!
Tell me, what do you want your future to be?
Can I get a DCX in the chat if you excited and ready and thrilled? Woo! Well, hello. 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 Can someone in the chats tell me what today is? Let me know before we start. Can someone in the chats tell me what today is? 6:14. We're about to get to that 6:15 close. We're going to pop off and do BTC. I like this little comment they put here. Potential reversal area to look for buys. Potentially, you could buy from the, you could do the buy low, buy from the bottom structure point. But that's good. I do like that. You definitely need bullish engulfing candles. So this is good. Looks like there's a level of structure a little bit up there, but it looks like it could be a clean buy from the bottom. But anywho, we're about to get this game started, guys. Hope you are doing good. We did ETH yesterday. So we'll do BTC first, and we'll do ETH first next week. But we're going to do BTC first. BTC is for $250 accounts, which y'all know. I don't have to, I think that's not a surprise. Shout out to my translators. I'm always showing love to y'all. Shout out to y'all, and shout out to people staying up. Shout out to the people that it is the evening time for you. I do appreciate everybody here. Thank you so much for hopping on this call. Today's gonna be a fast session, as you know. We're gonna get this thing going and going. So basically, we're gonna be on full throttle. I'm gonna try to get as many zones as I can. Like that's definitely gonna be a big thing for me, to get as many zones out before 7 o'clock. So 50 minutes straight, we're gonna go get as many zones as possible. Today's Scalper Tuesday, so it's fast session. Again, if you are a beginner, like let's say this is your first time on my call, I will also say just watch the call yesterday. I think that was a good overview, finding zones via ETH. But BTC, pretty solid, right? So first off, shout out to my man Charlie and had a brain fart. But shout out to my mans that also tap into the scalpers and also teach, because I actually like that they put this potential reversal area. There's ultimately a safe way of scalping and there's an aggressive way of scalping, which is, to be honest, scalping is always going to be aggressive. But at the end of the day, trading off those reversal points is not a bad way of scalping at all. That's a swing way perspective, and it's also a solid one. I will also say, for you to indicate it's going to be a reversal, you need a bullish engulfing. You need two candles overshadowing the past candle, whether it's a buy, whether it's a sell. Sell means it's going from down, so you're probably looking at it from the top, right? So if it's a selling from the top, you're basically doing this. Imagine this being up here instead of traditionally right here. Usually we sell on supports. We buy on resistance, on scalping. If you do want to trade reversals, it's kind of the other way around. So when you think of that, there's two ways to get in trades. There's the traditional way, buy off the resistance, traditional, automatic, flagship. That is the main thing you're doing. Sell off supports. The reversal, one time this time, one time this time. Y'all know that song? Ooh, do the twist. Ooh, do the twist, right? So when you think about it like that, remember, okay, so Sean did that crazy illustration of, I forgot, I think it's Tootsie one time, I don't know. So if you remember like that part, think about, what do you think I'm saying? So he says something about that with their structure, so it's the opposite. So basically, instead of buying on a resistance, he wants us to buy on a support. So buying on support, you're gonna need two buying candles, or you just need a candle overshadowing the past candle. As for a sell, you need the sell to also overpass the past candle. So that's how you catch reversals. I mean, I don't really do it aggressively on here because, I mean, it has to be a particular way. You know what I mean? It has to be, unless I see it. Like, you know what I mean? It's not something I do because it definitely takes a little bit more time to do it safely. To do it safely. I mean, I could call someone, it'd just be aggressive. Anyways, we're going to start off moving candlesticks to a line chart. Y'all know the drive. Y'all know the drill. Move candlesticks to a line chart. Pretty easy. Step one, complete. Step two, where's the figuring out the 50 EMA? The 50 EMA is right here, 19,370. But, okay, figuring it out here. The blue line is below. So we are going to traditionally look for support zone, which means we're going to look for the next best sell. Well, Sean, it says potential buys. You're right. But it's still overall bearish, which means it can drop right now. It's closer to drop for a sell than it is to shoot up for a buy right now, right? Because the overall trend is still bearish. Overall, it's still bearish. Wherever the blue line is indicates what's the overall trend. Not what's the current trend, is the overall picture, right? So if you ran 300 yards, you came back 40 yards, what did you end up doing at the end of the day? You still ran about 260 yards, 250, right? So remember, it's the overall picture. It doesn't necessarily mean what's currently happening. But anyway, today's not a slow session, so just little tips. You know, when I see things, I like to, go off. Then we're going to go real fast. So it's about to be, 6:20. So let's get this thing going and let's start popping some structure points. Can y'all drop y'all support zones that y'all have? So when y'all drop y'all support zones, I'll check the chat because I just told you that. I don't know if some of y'all did it already. Drop your support zones and let's see if you have matching the ones I have. All right. So they kind of already did that for us. So we're going to make sure it's what we like. I'm not going to lie. Let's see. TPS, touch point system. Remember when you're doing that, my Instagram is KINGSEUN3. Remember, when you're looking for TPS, you're counting the points. You want similar areas, right? Similar areas. So when I'm looking for a similarity in the same area. So let's look at around 18,970. We can probably drop it a little bit around 18,970. Oh, yeah. 18,971. That looks a lot better. Even maybe even lower. Yeah, I like 18,960, but 18,960 to 18,971 doesn't really, it's not that big of a difference. So whatever you pick between that, they kind of already gave that to us. So shout out to the scalper, one good time. Remember, I'm just an extension of the scalper. I am just an extension of the scalper. And so when I teach you, I'm teaching you how to be an extension of the Swipecoin scalper. So you're not coming on here and just expecting to get spoon-fed. Well, maybe for me, but you're not coming on the scalper and expecting me spoon-fed. And let's just say the scalper called a buy hours ago and you just got back from work and you feel like, dang, I missed it and I can't do anything. That's not necessarily true. Me being an extension, helping you become an extension, I'm showing you how to enter even though you may have missed anything. That's just, speaking in general, right? We're going to color this a different color from yesterday. All right, so there's a lot of structure here. Resistance, supports, resistance, supports, resistance, supports, resistance. Like you just see plenty, right? Plenty. Perfect. This is the next best time for a sell. We're gonna we're gonna label this. So now that we have that, we're gonna label 18,960 in here. The reason why I do minus 100 pips is that I don't want you to jump the gun. So what I mean by jumping the gun, it's so easy to see something like this, and it closes right here, and you're like, oh, it's below, sell. It's like barely 10 pips. You know what I mean? It's so easy, and if you don't really know what a good break and close is, you're going to jump the gun pretty often. So I kind of help you find break and closes by doing the minus 100. So if you're ever curious, why am I doing it? It's to help you find a good close. But if you thinking it closes anything in that area, that's not a good close. Like this is still not a good close. It's too close. But when you do minus 100, you should be good most of the time. All right. Cool. Let me check the chats. We went pretty fast. Well, today's Scalper Tuesday, so you know what the deal is. Cha-cha slide. Reverse. 18,927. 18,935. So none of y'all, like, they actually gave you structure. How did y'all still chose not to use that? They actually, I probably took it off, but I mean, I actually like the structure. I mean, it never broke through. Like, it never broke through. I mean, it would be different if it was older. I usually remove it because it's older, but that looks pretty fresh. You know what I mean? It looks really fresh because it didn't break through and it's retesting it. So, yeah, I would have used that. I don't know if y'all thought I would not use it. But anyways, cool. So let's look for some potential target zones. When we look for target zones, you want to start from here and you want to have a good idea of how much you want. A target zone for a sell is going to go down since it's going down. Hope no one's confused on that part. Right? Pips is just counting in steps. If it's a buy, it's counting upward. If it's a sell, it's counting downward. That's basically what it is. Hope that's not confusing for anyone. All right, cool. All right, let's go for target zones, right? So at the end of the day, we always want to start for around 300 pips. So we're going to, just go down a little bit for 300 pips. That's only 100. And we're looking for soft zones. That's only like 200. That's not enough, but that's not bad. So there's the thing I was teaching yesterday, or not really teaching, but saying you can have a checkpoint TP, but it doesn't mean you close. It just means when it's around that area, since it's a zone, you're just aware. You could close if you feel like it's going the opposite way and re-enter, or you could just, just aware, right? This is a very good area for a checkpoint. There's a lot of structure here. Like you can see support, support, support. Price will, when it comes to this area, even though you're 200, maybe you might be 200 pips in profit or 150 pips, depending on spreads. You're still may be a little bit shaky around this area. It's just for you to know why. You know what I mean? So this is why I would always recommend if you can mark up one, you can mark up another. I promise, right? But you have to understand you should not be confused. Like, why is the market acting weird when I'm in? You now know, right? Now we go here. This looks like a good one. This is like a very good structure point for ATP right here. This is a good one, but this is definitely a good checkpoint, right? I wouldn't call it a TP or whatever, but it's a checkpoint. It's 200 pips in. There's a structure point. You should just be aware what's happening. This is a very good area for the one you're really looking for. Hello. So we're going to do this. I just got to make it look a little bit different, right? This is a checkpoint. Bam. This is the one we're looking for, right? Bingo. Drop your resistance zones. We took a little bit more time on that. Drop your resistance zones. $480 TP. I think that was pretty ideal. I think that was good, Papa. I think that was good. Yeah, that was good. That's good. I like that. I like yours. 430, not bad. We're basically same area. That's very good. That's actually very good you found that. That's next level if y'all start dropping where you would put a TP at. That's very good. That's actually very good. That was actually very good. I'm actually very proud. So shout out to you. Shout out to you. I like that. So let's look at resistance zones. Let's look at a resistance zone. I had to tighten this up a little bit. The 50 EMA is pretty far away from this. So we don't think you're going all the way here. This may even be a TP area. I can tell you that. Especially, this is like 600 pips from up the high highs. So 50 EMA is around 19,386. We're going to be looking probably pretty early on this because it's pretty far. So you don't want to wait too far for a buy because you can almost get a buy now. So we're going to come up here, but you want to be 200 pips away for starters. And see, there's structure here at 19,392. It's basically at the 50 EMA, so no. There's another structure at 19,618. That is a good one, and it's a good distance. 19,618 is the money maker. I mean, ooh. Nah, I'm not. That's not guaranteeing anything. All right, but 19,600 would be very nice. I like 19,600-ish. Maybe even, 19,600. Right? And now that we know that, we're going to fill this in. And what do you think I will be looking for target zones? Right? What do you think I would be looking for? You could round that if you don't want to do one. All right. So let's look. There's a lot of traffic here. Do we have any good checkpoints? That's like 100 pips. Doesn't do much. Honestly, I would just go right here. Yeah, I would just probably do 20,003 right here. That's that's about 500 pips. That's a doozy. That's a doozy right there. It's about 500 pips. Is there any place for a little checkpoint? We could treat this support, and there's a resistance right here around 20,000. That's been a very good one. We could also use that as a checkpoint. Again, you don't have to do that as a, oh yeah, and the scalper marked that up. Interesting. Perfect. That could also be a good TP. That's like 200 pips with spreads, maybe 250-ish. That's not bad either. It's really not bad. That's not bad at all. And bam, we're basically done. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zones. Hello. Woo! I would mark all of this up. I mean, this is as beautiful as you can make it. Like, look at the chart from the top all the way to the bottom. Like, this is a beauty. Like, come on now. Come on now. Like, this is a beauty. The chart is literally, like, in branches, dog. Like, resistance here, support here. You got a checkpoint TP here, good TP here. You got a good TP1 here and a great TP2. Right? Come on now. Can I get some DCX in the chat if this session's already fire? Talk to me. Oh, we got someone shooting for the moons. We're going to put Super Trend on here, but basically, BTC is already chopped up. Good for, I mean, this is basically good for 2 days. This is good for the next 40, should be good for the next 48 hours. This should be good for the next 48 hours. It's like chopped up for you. Hello. It's getting hot in here. We love Scalper Tuesday and Thursday. I am getting so hot. All right. It's getting a little hot, hot. It's getting a little hot, hot. All right. Woo! Look at the DCX. Look at the DCX in the chat. Look at the DCX in the chat, dog. Like that. Like, I hope I gave y'all enough time to be able to touch it up, do what you want. I'm gonna put this on TradingView. So when you go on TradingView, you click on chart, then you click on this alert button. If you only get one free active one that's happening, you don't necessarily have to use it if you don't want to. For BTC, I am going to do ETH right now. I mean, you don't have to use it for BTC. If you want to wait to, open up your TradingView, use that one free active one you have. You can just click on, open up TradingView, go on, just do the whole. Sometimes I really hope I don't have to explain that. But sometimes I feel like I have to explain that in depth. But it's not that hard. It's just like open it up. But anywho, I have it set up where I get notified through my email, app, all that. All right. Set up. So remember, we operate off break and closes. We don't operate off breaks. That's a very important thing. So if the market was to break right now for, let's say, a sell, it broke through our support, went down. Okay, I'll look at the clock. It's 6:35. So that's a break. For it to be a break and close, it would have to be where the break has been, has to be below that by a 15-minute interval of an hour. So that's basically the next one be 45, 00, 15, 30, 45, 00, right? So it's basically 6:45. The next one would be 7 o'clock. Next one would be 7:15, 7:30, 7:45. Oh, what? Oopsies. I was doing the wrong one. All right, let's get to ETH. All right, I'm going to give y'all one more chance to write all these numbers. I'm going to give you all that chance to write all these numbers. All right. Now let's get to ETH. All right, so ETH is going to give us the same thing that we saw in BTC. You see this big drop right here? That's definitely similar to what BTC was doing. Remember, ETH and BTC are like brothers, right? ETH and BTC are literally like brothers. I would always recommend, guys, because at the end of the day, I do get questions. Well, Sean, I did a zone and it's like all these things. Well, Sean, I did a zone, and when I did the zone, it's not necessarily as efficient as I want it to be, or effective, or it's going in and out, right? Cool. There's a couple ways to make sure your zone is good. It's going all the way back. So going past a week and making sure that zone aligns with what you're seeing. If it's not respecting it at all, like it's like as if that zone doesn't even exist in the chart, then that you may need to relook at that, right? That's another one. 2, are you getting in the first minute? Are you getting in the first minute? Most of y'all do. I know y'all do. I've been there, right? You've been waiting for a break and close. You don't even wait the first minute. 3, do you check BTC? If you're on ETH, do you check BTC? Is BTC buy, or you just ignoring it? Those 3 things. First, go back. It takes like less than 30 seconds. Look back and see, does your zone, is it respected past a week? 2, are you waiting the first minute to get in? 3, are you checking the other pair to see if it's also doing what you think that the other pair is doing? So if you think ETH is buying, it's BTC buying. If you think BTC is buying, it's ETH buying. Like guys, if you use all these 3 extra checkpoints, the less chances of you getting faked out, it's pretty low, right? The less chances is like you're not gonna get faked out as much. Honestly, I've been on this call. I don't think there's been times we've seen break and closes. I think I've called fake outs a lot. We've literally watched many times I've called fake outs, right? But are you able to witness those fake outs? That's gonna make you a better trader, and that's why I always recommend, just because you know how to use the scalper doesn't mean you're gonna be effective yet. The more times you come here, the better you'll be. Hello. So anyways, y'all drop y'all supports if you haven't done it. I said doing it. Have y'all watched the movie Dune? It's actually good. I was lost the first time I watched it. I'm not gonna lie. Mind you, I'm a Star Wars guy. I love watching Games of Thrones, but Dune's had me. It was so beautiful, but it's so confusing. That is not the most confusing movie, but it was pretty confusing when I watched it. I had to watch it like 3 times. But anyways, giving y'all a chance to drop y'all supports. I'll check the chats. 50 EMA is 1341. You want to make sure it's 150 pips. If you remember what I said yesterday, it's going to look like 15 because this is 0.00. We ignore the last digit 0, so kind of go to the right? Hello. All right, so we could do a structure here, but we're going to make sure it respects. All right, let's see what this point is at. I'm not gonna lie, price definitely respects this. Price definitely respects that too. 1371. I'm not gonna lie. I would do 1313. I would do 1313 on here. And my only reason for that is if you're doing 1318, you're basically, I mean, technically you would be doing 1313 because you're going to do 50 pips. But, I mean, it just wouldn't make sense. There's just a structure point literally 50 pips below, and it's pretty strong. Like, look at this. There's a lot of structure here. Support, resistance. Like these, and they're not even weak ones. They're ones where a huge drop. So price dropped heavy here, came back. Like, really, I mean, really 13.13 to 13.19 wouldn't make that much of a difference. It's a 50 pip structure point, I would say, honestly. So what I probably would do, since that's the case, I probably put it in between that. Probably just do 13.15 in between it. I mean, that could be a 50 pip, honestly, the difference with the structure point. So I'll just do 13.15, but man, that's pretty tight. But I wouldn't do 13. I'm just letting you know, if there's a structure point here and there's one here and then 50 pip difference, of course you can do the you can do that. You can do the line to make it that structure point to make it that big, or you could just split it in between. I'll just split in between personally, but I definitely wouldn't go 13.18 and ignore this, just to let you know. So I'm just gonna do 13.15. That may be a trick one. I don't know if y'all gonna have that. I'm just gonna do 13.15.00 minus 50 pips. That gives us 13.10. All right, that's support zone. Papa, I like your support. I'm not. That's a little short. That's a little shorter. Mark Sanders, that's a little high. It's kind of what I was saying. And 319 is really high. I would definitely go a little bit, but I mean, you may be trying to go aggressive, so I get that. So let's look at for potential target zones. So we're gonna start from here, 1310. Price did bounce off. So if you bought from the bottom, you should be in profit. If you bought from the bottom, you should be in profit. Always remember, it's kind of what we're talking about in the beginning, is you're looking for those candles to overlook. So if you're doing the reversals like we talked about in the beginning of this call, we talked about reversals, right? Cool. This is definitely one I was talking about. You want a candle that basically engulfs everything else. This is towers everything. It's like Pac-Man. Like, right? Like, it engulfs everything. This is it. This would have been the buy right here, if anything. Right? If anything, the buy is right here. Definitely right there. Super trend would have crossed right there. I can tell you that. Super trend definitely crossed right here. I don't even have it up. I could bet you every dollar I own. It crossed right here. Right? Easy. Structure sitting on it. This is definitely an easy entry for a potential buy. This is a checkpoint area because it's at the measure point to turn into a overall bullish. The 50 EMA line will always be a measure point, kind of like the checkpoint TP we talk about, but it's always a checkpoint area you want to be cautious about as a scalper. If it flips, you're good, and you're in good, good hands if it flips to the other side, but you always want to be cautious here. So if you ever do reversals, you always want to be cautious in between, because this is what stops it from it being an overall trend versus a current trend. Remember that. Always remember that. So that's why it's a little bit harder for me to teach that. I mean, to make it something that I could teach it, but to make it something I can actually do with y'all, because I mean, yeah, I could tell you that, but you got to be mindful. The 50 EMA can disrupt a whole entire people's agenda, and at the end of the day, maybe a couple hours later, it would be what it actually is. So it's pretty mindful to always remember, if you're gonna do buys from the reversal on the bottom, be mindful of the 50 EMA, the yellow line. Pretty much. Sells the same way when it comes down. Anywho, a little good sauce right there. All right, so let's look for target zones. I'm going to move candlestick back to a line. Blue line's below the 50 EMA, so that's bearish, right? So we're going to look for target zones. Remember, we're looking for a distance that we love. So it's 1310. So what do we love, right? What's the amount that we would want? So at the end of the day, this is the fun part, because you get to see what you want and you get to calculate it, right? It's soft zones, and you're looking for where price overall, it doesn't have to be the strongest, but you're looking where price makes sense, but it looks the amount you want. This is not much. It's like less than 100 pips. I mean, with spreads, I could bet, right? 1290. That's not bad. It's not bad. Honestly, it's not bad at all. 1290 is not bad. It's not like, everything, but it's not bad. 1282 is pretty good. 1269 is the one I've been looking at all week. I've looked at 1269 multiple times. 1269 is a very good one, and obviously you can go all the way down, but I'll save that for Thursday. I'll go more into the more down for ETH. It's not even dropping yet, so I would go more down for ETH on Thursday. But for now, we're gonna stick with 1269 and 1290. Now let's check resistance zones. It is 648. Let me check the chat. Feels to me 1319 support zone year on ETH similar to the support zone at. Is it? I mean, yes. Look, because we technically did that, but the only problem with the one I'm seeing at ETH and why I put it in between is that there's a good structure point at 1313. Like it's really strong. I didn't see that for BTC. BTC was a little bit more flatter. I mean, they all looked flat, right? I mean, let's move the candlestick back to a line. Am I tripping? Like, look at BTCs. Like, this is basically BTCs, right? We did 18. Yeah, we did nah. Look at what we did at BTC. Look at BTCs and look at ETH. You see this? This is not the same thing. That's why I was like, well, yeah, but this is not like ETH. Look at ETH. Technically, we would have done this. But, I mean, this is a structure point. So I kind of split it in between the two. It's kind of what BTC did. Instead of me taking this one at 1899, I did this at 1896, which is basically doing it in between these two. So I kind of treated this low in between that. So it's similar. Hello, come on, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, guys, like, it's literally doing patterns. Well, let's not get too deep into that. But it's literally, at the end of the day, it's literally you're feeling like you're doing something similar. Because if you're marking up BTC, you should feel very similar to marking up ETH. And you got to make sure you're treating it almost the same. Hello. Right? So support zones is good. TPs is good for BTC. You already got ETH. Switched around. BTCs is locked with 6. You just got ETH support zone with the TPs. Now it's the resistance zones. You could drop it in the chat. Mark and Sanders, did that answer your question, my boy? My Instagram is KINGSEU13. Hello, thank you, makes sense. I love that. I love when people say it makes sense. Don't y'all love that too? Don't y'all love that? When people say it makes sense. All right. 1367 resistance zone. All right. Let's get the show on the road. $50 EMA is at 1340. Ooh, this is remind me of the one we did yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, 1353 looks very stupendous, right? Look at the market from right to left, and then look at where that blue points. If you see the blue points, tap in the dotted line. Can I get a yes in the chats? Hallelujah, right? Sorry for the people that are not religious. All right, so look in the chat and then look at this chart. If you see it tapping the pointeds, right? This is basically TPS, touch point system. How many times do you see it tapping? Right? I could count multiple times. Don't you see that blue point tapping it? And you even see some supports. Right? I mean, it's 1353. I could maybe stretch it out to abide by my rule of 150 pips. I could even stretch it out to even, I'll stick to like 154 maybe, right? It looks really good. 1354. I'm gonna color it differently. Right? Bam, 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 bam. All these supports. Resistance, resistance. Hello. Woo! 1354. Pretty smooth. Look at the difference between this resistance support. It's around 500 to 400 pips, right? It's pretty much what we're usually looking for. 1359.0. Bam. All right. Pretty easy. Now we're going to look for target zones. I can already tell you we did the same thing with BTC, but we're going to make sure it makes sense. Can you explain the two candles following the engulfing? What is important? Are you can you explain the two candles? Like, can you explain the two candles of like why it's that important? I mean, that could be a candlestick Bible type of thing, but bullish engulfing, it's the only ones I use because it's an easier one for scalping. This is just the big impulse candle, but most of the time you see two small candles towering the past sell candle, right? So like right here, you see these two? This is another bullish engulfing right here. They're towering the past candle. Basically, it's an indication that price is reversing. Pretty much. Indication price is reversing or breaking structure. So it could be price is reversing. A lot of times if you see a big wick like this and the body is tight, it definitely means it can definitely reverse. But there's a lot of that gets into price action a lot. So at the end of the day, I always recommend if you see a candle towering over it, especially on the bottom like this, or even on the top. So if it was best way to look at it, if it was supposed to sell but it did not sell and it's still chilling right here, and then you see a buy candle towering the past sell candles like you see here, or you see maybe multiple, that's telling you that it's about to buy from the bottom. A lot of ways you can do that is go into indicators and do super trend. If you go on super trend, you click the red and green. You always type super trend, by the way. Type super trend because I know it may be a little delayed, right? Look at here. It crossed right here. Where was that? Look at that. This was the candle. It indicated that it reversed. Didn't we talk about that? I did not tell you super trend reversed right here. Right here. This is definitely it, right? You look here. Blue line crossed right there. You go up. Literally show you right here. This was the official close. Where is that? Look at that. Hello. Look at the arrow. Hello. Did I make the chart? No. Right? This super trend can also show you that too. Super trend can definitely show you if you want to buy from the bottom, but I would recommend sometimes it can show you that, but it can also consolidate. So that's why it's a little hit or miss. But the best way to make sure to avoid those consolidations is to make sure that whatever that candle is towering over the others. That's another way. But anywho, did we ever do resistance zone? We did, right? Thank you. Oh, we're doing TPs. If this session has been very fire today, can I get some flames in the chat? You got some sauce. I taught you all reversals. I've taught reversals half of this call. Honestly, I think this is the first time I've actually taught reversals as much as I taught the exact same thing. I'm like traditional scalping. I taught reversals a good amount of times today, especially from here. We talked about it in the beginning, we talked about it in the middle, and we talked about it kind of at the end. So if you really got some sauce today, drop some flames. We're basically about to do 12 zones because I'm about to get this TPs for y'all for resistance zone. I can already tell you we're gonna look at 13.9. Ooh, 1392 is a really good one. That's a very good one. That's 400 pips, 300-ish actually. Is there a checkpoint one? Or we just like that? 375 is a good checkpoint one. And what I've been calling those checkpoints, it does not mean you have to let it go. It does not mean you have to close, but it is a structure point for you to just know. Again, the checkpoints does not mean you have to close. It just means, okay, I'm aware. So if it was to reverse the other way and you like it, it's a safe one. That's really scalping. Scalping is not always going to hit the grand slams of 500 pips or 800 pips or whatever you want. Like, that's not necessarily scalping, that's swing trading. But it's always good that we still give you, a good amount for you to chase. But scalping is like getting as much as you can, and maybe this may be your safety net of getting as much as you can. So it's always good to have or to be mindful of that, right? Woo! I think we did really good today, didn't we? So we have the potential buys. The potential buy will be right here. Potential sales right here. We chopped up the market pretty well, I would say. I mean, we could have done more support. We could have done more structure. Well, we could have done more TPs on the sales, but I mean, I'll do that Thursday. Drop some flames in the chat if you got some sauce. Woo! Supertrend bussin'. Hello, you are brilliant. Thank you. That's love. That's love. That's love. Y'all make me so happy. Y'all make me so happy. Thank y'all so much. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to be in front of y'all. Thank y'all for the flames. Y'all can also drop. Y'all can also do the board where y'all can drop y'all reviews.
So another session, another like 12 zones. We learned about reversals, and he showed you how to actually. You saw on the chart, and I'm gonna actually go to it so you can see that I have the same access that he has. So if I go over to swipecoin.im, if I go over here, I have to log in. And you guys, once you have access to the education and the platform, you'll be able to do the exact same thing. So you log in, come over, and when you pop on, this is the chart that you'll get. This is the chart that you'll see. You'll see Bitcoin, Ethereum, everything set up pretty much. Let me actually refresh one more time. Usually it has the box on here, and there it is. Breaking close below. You can see if we would have got in right there, that's one way we can trade the scalper, automated. We would have made that. But then potential reversal area to look for buys on a 5-minute time frame. A little more aggressive, like he said. But then, and you go over to the Telegram, and you see these zones right here. What can you now do? You can take these zones and put them onto your chart. So again, guys, if this is something that you've been liking, that you want to study, that you want to keep continuously going over, this is the place you need to be. Go right over to the Get Your Starter Package now. Once you get your starter package, you'll be able to go ahead and see everything that's included. It's more than just live data analysis. You get automated scanners. You get a private community group. You get beginner trainings. You get a full course beforehand. So you have information that you can come and look at every single day but then you also will get live masterclasses throughout the week. That's the value of it. People sell these things for tens of thousands of dollars. Usually it is like a $7,000 to $8,000 for a year just to work with us, but we're gonna give you a trial of 185. And if you like the trial, you can continuously keep coming. And if you decide you want to go ahead and work with us for the rest of the year, you can. If nobody invited you, I want you to go ahead, click nobody invited me. Click on the DCX package, and we'll go ahead and get started. As soon as you get an email, I'll make sure you get another email after that to get all of your beginner trainings, get into the private community and everything. So I appreciate you guys for being here. We'll be back next week. Make sure you get into Step 4's Telegram so you can stay up to date on the zones, so you can go ahead and take things to the next level. Be blessed. I'll see you.